Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Anything is Possible, Episode 2. Truly,
Bingo.
anything is possible.
Anything possible.
Anything.
We're going to continue to provide you some locks. And in honor of Adam's ultimate lock so far, Dave, would you mind singing me a little song? It starts out, Baby Lock.
Baby, lock them door and turn them lights down low.
Whew.
Bingo. Adam,
Singing sweet nothings into my ear.
Just the lock master.
So I'm going to take you across the pond. We're going to do a little English Premier League soccer this week. So as you guys, if you're avid listeners or if you just know me on a personal level at all, everyone knows I'm a Liverpool fan. Liverpool at home this week against Fulham. Liverpool on the year 6-0 at home. We got 3-1 victory, 3-0 victory, 3-1 victory, 2-0 victory, 3-0 victory. We're going Liverpool over on 3.5, so over on goals total for the game and a Liverpool victory.
And that's Liverpool themselves are getting over 3.5, or the
total game 3.5.
Okay.
Liverpool got the backup goalie. Allison's out a couple games, so backup goalie and might let one in. So over 3.5 total goals, but ultimately they're going to pull it out at home, go 7-0 on the season. So that's a Liverpool dub over 3.5, money back guarantee.
Dude, I love that.
Do you know why I love that pick? Is because I think Fulham kind of sounds like some type of chemical that the human body, the liver and the human body would be able to break down and transmit into energy, similar to like alcohol. And
whatever gets you there, buddy.
I love the strength of the liver and the importance of the liver in the human body. So I love the idea of a Liverpool victory right there.
Especially when it comes to having a liver in a pool. And you got to listen to Adam, because so far Adam's absolute locks through week 1 and week 2 of this segment, he's batting 1,000.
Yeah,
he's hit on both of them.
Well,
so
to be fair, it's customer satisfaction guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean it when I say customer satisfaction, money back guarantee.
Bingo.
I mean it. I'm not lying to you guys.
Well, easy on that Adam, money back guarantee right there. No. It's customer
money
satisfaction
back
guaranteed, but
as in you make the bet, you get your money back, and then you get your winnings.
Yeah,
but you're not paying anybody.
No,
we don't have that in the podcast funds.
It's
a
store credit. You're not getting the cash back.
Yeah.
You're getting a store credit to use again.
Store credit. Yeah, there you go.
I love that.
Money back guarantee, customer satisfaction guaranteed.
That's Adam's
before we get it,
yeah, please.
But before we get into our picks, I gotta say, Chris, we also, Adam, we're not hitting 1,000 like Adam, but
we can't all be winners.
Last week, Chris, you went 2 for 3 on your picks as well, taking those Dallas Cowboys, taking those Texas Longhorns. You got hit on both of those, so you hit 667 last week.
And the Texans game was a really good game too, and they definitely had a chance. The refs were very, very involved in that entire game.
Loose with the whistle.
Watched it, but there were
loose with the whistle.
So many and bad penalty calls, like things that were like clearly wrong. So I think the game could have changed in a lot of ways there. But yeah, 2 for 3, I'll take it.
Yeah, and then on that same note, I also went 2 for 3 last week. I hammered that Ole Miss -10, which happened. I hammered that Miami Dolphins -10, which happened. And then my asinine pick of the Browns at +2.5 was not a solid pick. In hindsight. I was confident, though. I was confident going in. That one didn't hit. But also 2 for 3, which is great percentages in the betting world. So far, so good when it comes to anything is possible. Let me tell you.
Love it.
Listen to us, folks. We know what we're talking about.
Dave and I will be giving you 3 picks again this week. I think Dave's going heavily on college football, so I'm going to throw some NFL out there for you guys. Dave, you want to go first or should I?
I'll go first since it's Saturday, if that's all right with you.
Get it.
All right, so my first pick coming up this Saturday, it's college football conference championship week. And so my first pick this week is going to be the first game of the day, 11 a.m. on ABC. Number 18 Oklahoma State versus number 7 Texas. That game is in Arlington, in Texas, but pretty neutral site compared to those two universities. The line on that is Texas -15. And I think that I'm going to hammer that -15. I'm confident in Texas going into that game, winning by
Covering
greater than
15.
50. Yep. because
I love it.
they're playing for their playoff hopes. Really, I think
Yep.
that they're going into this game thinking if we can get a big victory in our conference championship and anybody loses in that top four, then they know that they could sneak into that college football playoff, and so they need a big victory. They know they need a big victory, and so I'm going Texas minus 15.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have our first official,
Official, folks.
It's official.
It's official, boys.
Oh.
The first Interpod showdown because I am taking OK State at plus 15. I agree with everything you said. I think they need to win, but I don't think they need to win by 15. I think it's going to be a close one. Oklahoma State has kept a few games close this year against some bigger opponents. They're also in the last 6 matchups between OK State
And Texas.
the underdog has covered
Bingo.
the last
There you go.
6
You lost your
times.
train of thought.
I did. The
we
underdog has
circled
covered
back. We got
last
back.
6 times though of their last 6 matchups. So I love OK State to cover. I think Texas will win. So if you want to take Texas money line, that's fine. But I do like OK State to cover. I think there's some juice there. I think it's going to be worth the squeeze.
Juice is loose,
Ooh.
folks.
Juice is worth the squeeze. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the who follows you, who follows me, and we'll see what
Should
happens.
we
But
put
I'm
a
confident
little-
in that Texas.
Should we put a little internal bet on this or something?
Yeah. We'll put our
What should
money
we
where
do?
our mouth is.
What should we do?
I don't know. What do you want to do? You name it there, big boy.
My vote would be someone's got to get wet.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Can you
you got to get wet. Live on next week's show, you got to get wet.
Like just like dump water on himself.
Yeah.
Deal. I'll take it.
Water bet?
I'll take it. Water bet.
Ooh,
All
I like that.
right.
Whoever loses has to get wet next
Oh.
week on anything that's possible. Tune
No.
in.
On the big pod, you got to do an hour and 30 minutes of wet podcasting.
Let's talk about some details to this. So it has to be a full glass of water. It can't be like
bucket.
a whiskey glass. It's got to be a full water glass. So like we're talking
Okay. Yep.
we're talking, average dick
Yep.
length.
Right.
Okay.
I love it.
I don't
That's
know
great.
anything about that.
Gosh, I'm so excited for that game now. That's going to be so much fun to
All
watch.
right.
Wet bet.
Love that.
Love it.
Okay. So going straight in then to my reasoning behind that bet. I'm not taking money line, but I did say Texas was going to play for a loss in one of those top 4 teams. They need one of those teams to lose. And if you listen to the Nightly Nonsense podcast, you know I've been riding Alabama with their one loss all year. I'm not confident enough to say Alabama's going to pull off the victory against Georgia, but you need to tune in at 3 p.m. on CBS on Saturday because I think that's going to be a close game, and I think Alabama's going to cover the plus 5.5. They're going to keep it close. Not
Okay.
saying they're going to win, but it's going to be a real close one. That game is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, and I feel like that's going to be
Yeah, that'll be a
hell
big
of a
game.
football game.
Yeah,
I think
That'll
it'll
be a
great
big
watch.
game.
That's one of those that you
Yeah.
just put money on it because it's going to be so much fun to watch that
Yep.
Yep.
you might as well have some money on it while you're at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly.
might as well.
You know
And
what I'm
I'm confident Alabama's going to keep it close. So
Ty,
I'm hitting
woo.
that plus 5.
That video
Bingo.
of Pat McAfee standing up on that chair and he goes, "Ty,
Yep.
roll." It's so awesome. I love that.
It's an amazing video.
All right, so for my next pick here, let's talk about the Rams.
Let's talk about it.
I hate them.
They're bad. What happened?
Yep.
What happened to Cooper
Wow.
Kupp? How did he just disappear?
I hate them. So
He's not
I have nothing
100%.
more to say.
Is that
He's
I mean,
not 100%.
but he is 100%. Or what's going on there?
He's not 100%.
I don't know. Anyway, the Browns secondary has looked good. I think they might be second or first ranked secondary in the NFL right now. Without Cooper Kupp, Puka is good, Tutu is good, but I like the Browns here. I'm gonna take the Browns.
Just a dub. Just
I
Browns
think that's
dub.
a solid pick.
I think I'll probably take the points on them. Let me just double
Okay.
check the line real quick on this.
Okay, check that line.
I'm going to take them at plus 3.5. I love that line, actually. Plus 3.5. That gives us a little wiggle room. I don't hate them to win outright, but I do. I'm going to take the comfort, the little safety blanket of the plus 3.5. The Browns have covered each of their last 7 games following a loss, and the Rams have failed to cover the last 7 games coming off of a victory. So the stars are aligning there for a Browns cover.
Okay. I like that.
That's sound
pick.
logic. That's sound logic.
I like that a lot. All right. So my third pick, again, I'm betting heavy college football Saturday. My final pick is going to be the 7 o'clock slate. So if you're following along with me, you can go 11-2, you can go 3-6, and then you can go 7-10 with Michigan.
Sports.
Michigan at Iowa on Fox, Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis. I am taking Iowa plus 21.5 against Michigan. I think that line is massive. I think Michigan wins the game. Don't get me wrong on that.
Because I think 21.5 against Iowa's defense. I mean, they've been keeping scores low all year.
I mean, I don't even know if Michigan's going to be able to score 22 points.
Easy.
Over under for the Iowa-Nebraska game at 22 points, and the under still smashed on that game. It was the most boring game ever, I think, probably in the history of college football. So I love that pick, Dave. I can't believe I didn't even see that on the card, but I love that pick. I'll ride with you on that for sure.
Yeah, and I think
that one's gonna be ugly.
Dude, Iowa's defense is good. Their offense is one of the worst things I've ever seen, but I could see that being a 21-6 final, which means I'd be covering that 21.5. So 21.5 is humongous. So I'm taking that Iowa plus 21.5.
I love it. I love that one, Dave. And similar to you, I'm going to take you from that 325 slot right into that Sunday night game. Chiefs, Packers. Now, I don't have a lot of stats backing this up, but what I do
Just a gut play?
What I do have is a friend who's a big Packers fan, and this week his running back went down in fantasy football, had a chance to draft the backup, and instead messed it up somehow, drafted a kicker instead of drafting Zach Moss. I somehow swooped in, just randomly threw out a Zach Moss waiver claim at the 9 spot on the priority. That's a little humble brag. Maybe I wasn't the 9 spot. Anyway, I was deep in the
I'm the 9 spot.
and I snagged Zach Moss. If that tells me anything, is that nothing's going right for the Packers.
Nothing's going right for this guy. Nothing's going right for the Packers.
And it can't. I mean, it's just got the trend has to continue. Chiefs are 4-1 on the road. I like Chiefs -6 here. I like that it's under a touchdown. I think they win by a touchdown here. I think no matter what, I think the refs are usually always trying to help the Chiefs win. It seems like that's the trend. So I'm gonna lock in Chiefs -6 here, and I feel comfortable with it.
I like it. I like that a lot. I think that is a very strong and safe pick, and I like it. I like it a lot. There you go.
There it is.
We're all locked in. We're locked and loaded. So run them through. Adam, hit us with your lock one last time.
That is Liverpool over Fulham and over on the 3.5. So Liverpool win over for the total for both teams over 3.5.
Love that. And then I got Texas, Oklahoma State with Texas covering -15. I got Alabama, Georgia game with Alabama covering +5.5. And in Iowa, Michigan, I am taking Iowa plus 21.5 in that game.
And I'm closing it out with 2 dogs and a favorite. I'm taking OK State for the water bet at +15. I'm going to take the Browns at +3.5 against the Rams, and I'm going to take the Chiefs at -6 against the Packers. And
Love
with that, ladies and gentlemen, you have the potential to grow the bankroll in your sportsbook exponentially. Ride with us or die with us. One of the other is going to happen. Hopefully it's not this weekend, but we're all going to die eventually, so you might as well be gambling on sports. It makes it a lot more fun.
Bingo.
Anything is possible. We're going to close it out. Have a great night.
Anything possible.
Bye, y'all.